So greetings, welcome to the Big Interview series. This is brought to you by WhatPackaging and IPMMI. Our guest for the Big Interview series is Milind Bhalerao, who is the Managing Director at Becker India Vacuum Pump. And Milind joins us from Pune. The Euro 200 million company, which is also celebrating its 140th anniversary this year, are super specialists in vacuum and pneumatic equipment manufacturing. And needless to say, they have significant presence in India. We are hoping to pick Milind's brains and hopefully get a sense of what's transpiring within Becker and of course the Indian. So lots to learn over the next 30 odd minutes, Milind. Looking forward.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a few things. The last time we met, you'd shared some numbers with us. That one is, of course, the CAGR and the vacuum pump market, which is anticipated to grow.
Yes.
Curious to know what kind of growth rate are we talking of, and especially vacuum pump market economy in India.
Yeah. Actually, vacuum pumps normally serve as a heart of the numerous industrial applications, playing a very crucial role in the sector such as packaging, printing, pharmaceutical, automation, medical. So currently, the vacuum pump market in India is witnessing around steady growth of 12 to 15%. However, at Becker India, we are experiencing remarkable growth for last 2 years, and we are consistently achieving growth of around 25 to 30% year on year for last 3 years.
Wow.
This really reflects that not only we are not only the vacuum pump demand is not only expanding, but also our commitment towards the innovation and customer-centric solutions and industry leadership.
Sure. Also curious to know, Milind, this is the 140th year of Becker worldwide. And of course, what you're aiming and hoping to do in India is sizable because, I think there is a possibility of a scale up plus a lot more outreach. So again, just curious to know what is in the Becker pipeline and your aims and hopes for 2025.
Yeah, actually, given our strong performance in the Indian market over the last 3 years, we are excited to share that starting this year, Becker India has also taken on the responsibility of handling Middle East region from Becker India office in Pune.
Nice.
So this expansion is really a significant milestone for us, which reinforces our confidence and commitment for developing the opportunities in this new region.
Sure.
Additionally, I would also like to share that we have also recently started a state-of-the-art R&D center in Pune, which is driven from Becker, Germany, and it is dedicated to driving innovation and developing new products for global market.
Right. So this is the R&D center is again located in Bhumkum, where.
No, we have a kind of a third-party office where all these R&D engineers are working.
Okay. Nice.
It's part of Becker India activity, and there is a lot of communication going on with Germany.
Okay. So already two bits of news you've shared with us. One is the Middle East outreach, and then of course the R&D center. Curious to know what is happening at the assembly unit in Bhumkum, because I know there was a sizable investment, a couple of years ago. So any update on that, and what is the plan, going forward?
Yeah, definitely the assembly topic was slightly delayed, and now it has got some shape this year. And we are starting the first small footprint of the assembly line starting around September, October this year.
Sure.
So we are also adding some area for this.
Right.
As far as India is concerned, our aim also is to grow around 25% this year as well.
Okay.
We see that the market is supporting us quite well.
Okay.
So we sure that we can achieve this kind of a growth this year as well.
Sure. So 25% growth, and of course, when we met at the PACMAC show last year in 2024, a few things that struck me is just the sheer variety of pumps. Again, as a layperson, one has a sort of notional idea of what these things are. That there's a standard pump and there's a pneumatic pump, and then of course you shared with us that rotary vane vacuum pumps, screw vacuum pumps, clam vacuum pumps, roots booster pumps, radial vacuum pumps, rotary vane compressors, side channel blowers. etc., etc. I won't sort of go further, but quite a mouthful. What I'm
Yeah,
curious to know is two things. One is that which are the types and prototypes which are ideal for the packaging industry, number one, and number two is which are the prototypes which are doing very well on the Indian subcontinent.
you mentioned correctly, Becker is really having a big portfolio for above mentioned technologies, what you mentioned just now.
Right.
So basically, the selection of the pump is mainly done as per the application requirement.
Yep.
For packaging industry, as far as it is concerned, mainly the technology used is with the dry vacuum pumps
Hmm.
and also the dry rotary vacuum pumps and claw vacuum pumps.
Yep.
These are mainly used into packaging industry and mainly because of their robustness, smaller footprint, and energy efficiency.
Sure. Sure. Right.
That is, yeah.
What is the, yeah. And again, Milind, just curious to know, and I'll give you options here. You've obviously said this is an important year, 140th year, 25% CAGR. In terms of priority, what's going to be the focus as, managing director for you personally? Is it going to
Yes.
be more investments? Is it going to be more customer outreach? Is it going to be create products in the vacuum front categories? Is it going to be digital technology for training so that more and more people are up to date, or is it, as you pointed out, R&D, rethink design, guarantee testing facility? What is top priority for you?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we have recently invested into this state-of-the-art R&D center, which will definitely drive innovation for the global market.
Right.
At present, investment remains a key focus for us
Okay.
as we continue to strengthen our capabilities as well locally.
Right.
Additionally, as I said, our new project of assembly line is also getting some shape and which will be online in the last quarter of this year.
Sure.
So through
Sure.
all these initiatives, we are committed to developing advanced products which are really useful in the Indian subcontinent, and it will also get some new enhanced designs which will ensure really better efficiency, reliability, and better performance.
Got it. Got it. Nice. Nice. Thank you. And by when will the R&D center be announced? I mean, by when will you have the inauguration or the rolling out?
R&D center is already in place and it is working for last 6 months.
Oh, okay. Lovely, lovely. So I
Yeah,
think it's one for us to visit and probably learn a little more. All
yeah,
right.
sure.
We with that we move into segment two, Milind. This is again a sort of segment that we look at because obviously you're an industry veteran. You've been seeing some trends and trajectories within the industry. So also
Yes.
trying to get a sense from you what the industry was, what it is today, because obviously a lot of churning. The growth rates have improved. Factory productivity and operating efficiencies have changed. Post COVID, again, we've seen some behavioral patterns, which have sort of evolved, etc. So basically,
Correct.
we call this then and now. There are 10 questions for you, and we'll probe, your sense of what the industry. So it also becomes a kind of a case study for us. Yeah. So
Sure,
the
sure.
first one is obviously this community called customers. So customers back then and customers today.
Yeah, customers always have their own expectations in the past and as well as today. But
Right.
over the time, we have observed that there is a significant shift in their priorities.
Yep.
Today, there is a stronger emphasis on receiving a superior product quality,
Yep.
efficiency, long-term reliability.
Yep.
So customers are now really willing to invest a little bit more in high performance solution, which does not only enhance the value of their machines, but also provide peace of mind through consistent and dependable operation for their end customers.
Sure, sure. And have things changed in the sense that once upon a time it was a lot of it was, relationship building and, all of that. Has that, I mean, has it become quicker now in terms of interaction with customers?
Yeah, definitely, it has changed quite a lot. Yes,
Okay, all right.
relationship does matter quite a lot. Yes.
Yep. And basic customer service then, and as opposed to basic customer service today, how is that shifted?
Yeah, customer expectations for service have evolved now over the
Right.
time
Mm.
with the growing demand for immediate support because
Yep.
nowadays they cannot afford any downtime.
Yep.
However, what we are observing over the period is that they always need a prompt service, but there are very few customers who are really ready and they are prepared to invest in such kind of premier service solutions.
Sure, sure. Got
So
it.
looking at our product range, our vacuum pumps are actually designed at a very user-friendly design with relatively simple maintenance requirements.
Sure,
So in many
sure.
cases, customers can manage basic upkeep in their in-house maintenance team or some local mechanics.
Got it. Got it.
Though we suggest them quite a lot of annual maintenance contracts and upkeep by the experts, which definitely gives them much more reliability of our product.
Sure, sure. And how big is your maintenance team at Becker in India
So
in terms of?
we are six people now.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's good. And again, Germany, because once upon a time, at least 20th century, it was the manufacturing hub of the world in a sense,
Yeah.
metallurgy, engineering, the hardcore principles of creating a sort of very substantial product. So
Right.
again, made in Germany back then versus made in Germany now. What are the shifts that have transpired?
Actually, made in Germany has always been a tag with reliability
Correct.
because many people are looking for made in Germany product, then they are blindly accepting it, at least as
Yep.
far as the quality of the product is concerned. Of course, price is always a challenge.
Sure.
So there is uncompromising quality and that remains unchanged even today. Because
Yep.
in the past
Yeah.
also they are focusing much more on the quality and even today it is the same.
Yeah.
So German manufacturers prioritize excellence in their engineering, ensure that every product upholds the highest standards of quality.
Right.
For a German company, I worked earlier also with some European companies, and their main concern is to protect their brand reputation.
Yep.
Because even they say sometimes even the sales is essential, but don't compromise on the quality and the performance of the product, and
Sure.
don't damage the branding. So
Yep.
that is the quality commitment is given by them for global market, and they want
Yep.
to keep their brand intact.
Sure. And then again, something that you just alluded to, that price is a challenge. So again, just curious to know margins back then versus margins now. What is the shift that you're seeing, especially in a market like India where price is such a big concern?
Yeah, definitely. India is a very price sensitive market now. So few years ago, if you see profit margins were uh, much better and they were relatively healthy.
Yep.
But in recent times, they have become more challenging due to increasing market competition.
Yep.
Also, the entry of low-cost alternatives, particularly from certain manufacturers, where they are offering a kind of an inferior product with a less price.
Yep. Yep.
This is intensifying the price pressure in the market.
Yep.
However, at Baker, we still remain committed to delivering superior quality, reliability, and long-term value for our products.
Got it. Got it. Again, something that you've shared earlier, which is that the CAGR and of course the thrust and focus on packaging. So curious to know, because one of the solid sectors that you cater to is food processing. So food
Yeah.
processing is obviously involved as a sort of government push to the whole thing. The ministry is involved, etc. So food processing sector then and food processing sector now, and what are the opportunities within that?
Yeah, I think that's a good question because the food industry is evolved really significantly over the last few years
True.
with both food processing and as well as food packaging.
Yep.
Both these segments are experiencing rapid development
Sure.
with a lot of automation coming into machinery and all that.
Mm.
As population is also growing quite fast, is also driving the demand in the market for this kind of packaged and processed food.
Yep.
So there is a noticeable shift towards consuming processed food by the lot of people now.
Sure.
While processed food options were limited in the past because there was no trend of really having the packaged and processed food earlier,
Hmm. Hmm.
the food processing sector now has become one of the fastest growing industry even for us.
Yep.
So it is now also driven by innovation, convenience, and changing consumer preferences.
Yep.
So the opportunity is quite good for us, and we see that most of the people who are making such kind of a machines are preferring Baker as their partner when it comes to the vacuum pump.
Sure. Sure. Again, one of the things we notice in FNB and the other FMCG lines is the fact that SKUs and
Yeah.
the shift in SKUs. So again, just curious to know, because obviously it would require some kind of operational tweak from Becker as well. But
Yes.
what has been the SKUs then and SKUs now? And again, the sense that you get from the operational efficiency as well as supply chain.
Yes. Actually, with growing customer demand for
Right.
customized solutions, the number of SKUs continues to increase,
Yeah.
and this also presenting a challenge for our inventory management
Sure.
because there is no manufacturing here. We have to depend totally the goods coming from Germany. So
Hmm.
to optimize our supply chain,
Yeah.
one focus what we are doing is standardizing the core products while offering customized accessories on the vacuum pump. Because the
Sure.
basic pump always remains the same. You have to add certain accessories like filters and gauges and pipings and all that. So definitely we are trying to keep the standardized products and standardized
Hmm.
accessories, which we can combine and ensure that we are able to deliver our goods in time to the customer.
Sure. So the standardized accessories are stopped at Pune. Is that how
Yes.
it works? Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So then obviously greater ability to respond to customer. Nice.
Sure.
Nice. Yeah. Again, I flash back into history, and I hope I get this right. Otto von Guericke in 1657 demonstrated the existence of vacuum with some wonderful scientific experiments. The question for you is vacuum technology then versus vacuum technology now. Obviously, the world has evolved, and what
Yes.
Mr. Otto von Guericke invented in 1657 probably is outmoded, outdated, etc. But in principle, what is the shifts that we see in vacuum technology?
Vacuum technology has advanced quite significantly over the years
Right,
and is evolving to meet the ever-changing needs of our various industries and customers today.
right,
As this technology has progressed, innovations emerged across all three stages of vacuum. Normally, we call vacuum as rough vacuum, high
okay,
vacuum, and ultra high vacuum. So
okay.
these are the three kind of stages where vacuum is used in different applications.
So rough, high, and ultra high.
Yes, rough, high, and ultra
Okay,
high. So
nice.
Becker
Hmm.
has traditionally been the market leader in the rough vacuum technology.
Right,
We are also continuously improving our solutions to offer greater energy efficiency, smaller footprint, lower noise levels, longer lifespans, reduced maintenance. So these are
hmm.
the different aspects of the product which have
Yeah,
evolved over the time, right
sure,
from the invention of a kind of a vacuum technology.
got it.
So these kind of advancements ensure that vacuum technology remains a critical enabler for modern industrial processes.
Sure, sure. And one of the things that you've been constantly sort of referring to is energy efficiency. You probably have mentioned this 4 or 5 times already. So curious to know energy efficiency then versus efficiency now, because obviously it seems to be the USP of a Becker pump, right?
Correct, correct, yes. So energy efficiency has become a really key priority for many customers today.
Right,
Earlier, the pumps operated with really a low efficiency kind of the motor because each pump has connected to the motor and the efficiency of the motor is counted for the performance. But
Hmm.
nowadays, much more demand is coming that people want to have energy efficient motors and industry standard at the moment is IE3 motors.
Okay,
But most of the customers or very few customers now are also started requesting for IE5 motors
okay,
which has a
okay.
superior efficiency, but still
Hmm.
the market or the motor manufacturers are still not ready to supply IE5 motors in a certain period of time. They take maybe 3 to 4 months to supply such kind of a special motors.
Okay,
So
okay.
Becker always stays ahead by offering innovative designs, and we deliver the same performance with smaller capacity motors.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we have a smaller capacity motor on the pump, which is giving you
Right.
the similar output compared to competition using the large motors.
Nice,
So this
nice.
makes our solution more energy efficient and strong differentiator from the market.
Got it. Got it. And again, I mean, you did mention that India is a price sensitive market, but I think somewhere there's also this, in a way, you can say, flawed understanding that capex is everything. And what
Yeah.
again you've been sharing with us is that OPEX obviously seems to be driving a lot of the money savings within what a Becker pump is able to do. So again,
Yes.
the question for you is money savings then versus money savings now, and if there is a sort of a quick mantra for a customer in terms of deriving the cost of operating a vacuum pump such as yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is always a very important topic comes to the user's mind when they want to invest in such kind of a pump. So when really they want to evaluate the cost of a vacuum pump,
Yep.
both the initial investment and operating cost, they play a crucial role. So
Right.
the operating cost includes energy consumption, maintenance, spare parts, labor required for maintenance, and also the equipment lifespan. So while advanced vacuum technology offers significant saving on all these four aspects of operating cost, but little bit slightly higher initial investment cost. So in the past, purchasing decisions were actually focused on the upfront cost, that what I have to invest today.
Correct. Correct.
But nowadays, the thinking is changed, and people are looking at overall equipment efficiency and long-term ROI, which are the key considerations today.
Got it.
At Becker India, we are also offering what we call it as a centralized vacuum systems, which is a very enhanced efficiency, reduced cost, and deliver a strong return on investment, maybe in just 2 to 3 years.
Okay. That's nice. Again, something that's sort of recurring in whatever you've been sharing with us so far is sustainability. I mean, it
Yeah.
seems to be sort of heading in that direction. Energy and waste and so many
Yeah.
other things, operational efficiency. So again, curious to know sustainability then versus sustainability now, and what is the Becker India take on that?
Yeah, if you see a few years ago, sustainability was not a primary focus. But today it has become one of the most important and challenging topics across all industries.
Sure.
So at Becker, we place the highest priority on sustainability, ensuring that our current products and also our new developments are designed with energy efficiency, reduced environmental impact, and long-term sustainability in mind. So that is how we are looking at sustainability right now.
Sure, sure. Also quite impressed with the assembly unit you have in Pune. I mean, there are interesting things you've done with that in terms of being nimble and pretty
Yeah.
green. So yeah, that's kind of
Yes, yes, yes.
interesting. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Well done. You've scored, I think, almost 10 out of 10 in the second segment. So we now move over to segment three, which is, I mean, no segment these days is complete without rapid fire, but we don't call it rapid fire. We call it fast forward. So, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So these are a bunch of questions which are going to be coming at you very hard, very fast, etc. So you have to be alert and up your answering quotient. So the first one, trends, because you obviously seem to be a keep a keen eye on trends. So trends, are they a friend or they are a foe?
Trends are definitely our friends because we have to be in line with the new trends in the market. And
Sure.
if we don't follow the trends, we will be kind of thrown out of the market. So
Got it.
trends are
Got it.
always our friends. Yes.
Okay, well done. Growth, degrowth,
Growth, growth, and only growth, no doubt.
only growth. Okay. And top of the pyramid or bottom of the pyramid? Because there's also been a switch in the way Becker is approaching the market, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think at the moment we are somewhere in between right now, but
Right.
we have a strong upward journey, and
Okay. Hmm.
we try to go a little
Hmm.
bit quick there.
Yeah, fair enough. And Milind sir, as a CEO and as managing director, how does it work? Do you micromanage your business, or it's a lot of autopilot and occasional intervention?
I really don't believe in micromanagement. We
Nice.
must give the necessary freedom to our team
Yeah.
members to
Right.
perform.
Got
We
it.
just have to ensure that they don't take any undue advantage of such a freedom.
Correct.
So
Correct.
my experience is that the people really perform well if you give them freedom to work.
Nice.
So we are
Nice.
not really on full autopilot, but we are in that direction,
Yep.
and we are very close to that.
Got it. Got it. And of course, India, the next one. India is a sort of country of giving gyan, and everybody
Yes.
loves to give gyan all the time. So, how much advice do you pay heed to, or do you sort of ignore, or as they say, you accept from one year and out from the next.
Yeah, today I think so much of the information is available everywhere.
Yep.
If you click a button on Google or even you have a chat GPT and other sources which can definitely give you a lot of Gnan. But Gnan is always on the both sides,
Yep.
required also and unrequired also. So
Yep.
ultimately, I think it is individual gut feeling how you want to take it.
Got it. Got it. Top line, bottom line.
Our motto is profitable growth,
Okay.
and for us, both are important to sustain.
Got it.
Top line is important to ensure that we are growing day by day and
Yep.
able to convert most of our opportunities.
Yep. Yep.
Similarly, the bottom line is equally important to support our growing organization.
Sure. Sure. So typically, how do you see the business cycle? Marathon, sprint, long term, short term?
I think business is a marathon, it's not a sprint. We are
Nice.
here for the long term, committed to steady and sustainable growth while
Yep.
continuously supporting our customers. So
Yep.
definitely it's a marathon
Yep.
and
Yep.
long term.
Yep. Yep. Low vacuum levels or high vacuum levels?
As I said, we are Becker is mainly working into the rough vacuum, which we call as a low vacuum. You can also say. So
Correct.
definitely, I would say low vacuum level for us.
Yep. 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 And what's more challenging? I mean, this is something because I see Becker almost, every factory I walk into. So, Becker pumps with a packaging converter, typically with a packaging line, or Becker working directly with an OEM, which is, a global MNC type thing.
We have both the approaches because
Okay.
renewables is our main market worldwide. We have a very
Hmm.
good market share even in India and at the global level also.
True.
But both are also equally challenging in today's scenario.
Yep.
We need both of them
Yep.
because the brand Baker is well known in the industry and people always prefer to work with us
Sure.
for mutual benefits. Definitely, we also do good business and they also get good returns and performance of their equipment.
Got it. Got
So
it.
we work with both of them.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you do your forecasting of orders? Is it quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, minute by minute?
No, no, actually, we are reviewing, as I said, there is no macro management, so we are reviewing our forecast twice a month.
Okay, okay.
We are still a kind of a company supplying vacuum pump as a component and not really
Right.
a complete machine or a complete solution.
Got it.
So we have to be always on our toes and review our achievements, numbers, and strategies.
Got it. Got it. Got it. And logistics, because I mean, it's become such a big thing in India and has become a critical thing, especially because of the complexity of the country. So, transport logistics, you outsource in house. How does it work?
No, it is totally in-house because our main focus is on sales activity. We are a
Okay.
trading company, so we definitely outsource the
Yeah.
logistics and the transport activity.
Yeah, yeah. And for you personally, what's sort of important? Knowledge intensive in terms of imparting knowledge to customers, and then or is it sort of a lot of hand holding and relationship intensive?
Yeah, I think it is. If you see the B2B segment,
Yep,
relationship is the more key to success.
yep, yep,
Well, actually, knowledge we can acquire, we can train our teams for various products through various sources.
yep,
It is the trust and the strong connections with customers that
yep.
truly making us successful today.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that you've been, visiting innumerable factories, probably around what about at least 1,000 over your entire career, both internationally and India. Curious to know from you one factory that you visited, other than Becker in Germany or Becker in India, that made you go, wow, that this is a factory that Indian packaging fraternity must emulate.
Actually, a couple of months back, I visited the factory of Bob's India
In,
in Pune. I think you know the company very well.
in Pirangut, yeah, nice.
Yeah, in Pune, yes, very close
Mm.
to us also. So it
Correct.
really made me to say, wow. So it is really a state of the art kind of a manufacturing unit of Bob's.
Okay.
And as I was also part of Bob's many years
Yeah,
back,
I
I have
know.
seen that how they have grown
Growth.
over time.
Yeah, yeah,
And
true.
also from this factory, they are supplying to the world market. So
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think that
Yeah,
is quite good uh,
yeah, yeah,
kind of factory.
yeah.
What I really I like.
Also curious to know how come Pune has become the kind of manufacturing hub for the world in such a way. It's not just, of course, Becker and Bob's, but I can count at least what 50 to 60 major players in the packaging segment who are operating in and around Pune. What is it in the air or water of Pune which sort of drives this?
Yeah, actually, what is my experience is that Pune is basically hub for the automotive industry.
Correct.
And a lot of infrastructure for manufacturing is available around. Like
Mm,
small things is being supplied to main automotive manufacturers, car manufacturers or truck manufacturers.
yep,
So
yep,
those kind of facilities are available in Pune and around Pune.
yep.
Also, the skilled manpower is also comparatively easily available, though it is expensive. It costs more, but it is also available in Pune. So these
Mm,
are the two main reasons.
main
And
reasons,
of
right?
course, weather is much better in Pune compared to
Right, right.
all other
Yeah.
cities in India.
And once upon a time, Pune was the intellectual capital of India. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
definitely.
Again, curious to know. This is a plug for Becker. I mean, we met last at PacMac. What is the next show or conference where you will be making your presence felt?
We are now participating in one of the packaging exhibition and also the PMAC exhibition in
Okay,
Delhi, which is I
okay,
think somewhere in the November. So
okay.
these are the two
Big
uh,
shows for you.
big shows for us. The last show in the last month was Pinpack.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Again, there's two last questions: analog vacuum pumps or digital vacuum pumps?
I think the more demand is coming from the market for kind of a digital vacuum pump. This
Okay,
means that pump is giving you a lot of feedback about its own performance.
right,
So may it be a preventive maintenance or predictive breakdown, you
right.
can get more and more data from various sensors fitted into this such kind of a digital pump. And
Sure.
also this makes the process much more reliable
Yep,
and one can avoid surprises with sudden breakdown.
yep, yep.
So digital
Nice.
pump
And is
for
there
sure.
a sort of acceptance for digital in India as well, to a large extent?
Yeah, the demand is coming up more and more.
It's coming. It's coming.
We have to optimize the cost
Yeah,
for such
of
demand.
course. It's always the key. All right. Laila Abhar Milind sir, I have had a wonderful big interview with you. Just curious to know if there's one person in our industry, the packaging fraternity, with whom you would like to have a big interview. Who would that person be?
Uh, I being quite associated with packaging converters for many many years. So
Right.
given the opportunity, I wish to have such a big interview with Mr. Ramesh Kejriwal,
Of
who
course.
is chairman of Parsons Packaging. I think everybody knows him quite well.
Right.
So with his vision, so Parsons is now one of the top company in India.
In for
Even
monocarton.
being such a great and successful person, what I
Yes.
also like about him that he is easily accessible and he is
Yep.
very down to earth.
Yep.
So he is a kind of a role model for many people like me in the industry.
Sure. So what I'll do is after this, we conclude this interview, I'll share a link of a small, big interview that we did with him.
Okay,
So probably you can do the part two. I think you'll enjoy the big interview we did, and yeah,
wonderful.
all right, super. So thank you so much, Milind. I know you've been super duper busy. So that was Milind
No problem.
Bhalerao, Managing Director of Becker India, sharing his thoughts and future plans during the big interview. There are many more the big interview, which we have conducted. They're part of this series. So we request you, our viewers, to please subscribe and let me get this right. Subscribe to LinkedIn, subscribe to YouTube and to X, which is the erstwhile Twitter, and for more updates and more big interviews. That's it from me, from our office in Chinchpokli in Mumbai. And thank you once again, Milind Bhalerao, for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, and over and out.